of really, really top-notch speakers. You know, me standing here is a waste of time. So I'm going to introduce the first of all of them. Please put your hands together, Mr. Tommy Robinson. Thank you.
I'll start off, first of all, when I sat with Chelsey last week, that girl showed, considering what she's been through, so much courage, so much, she was fearless, and the ordeal that she would have been through, I don't think anyone could even think about going through it, but I want to say first of all, that Chelsey, I know that other girls have come forward since this. So many people have been through this situation. If you look in our history for the police in the UK, Stephen Lawrence murderers were not prosecuted. The Rochdale girls who were groomed, pimped and raped, in 2009 they pressed charges. They were not prosecuted. So although your rapists have not been prosecuted, Chelsey, we hope that pressure from your community, the good people of the North East here today, will help to get a prosecution against them. And I think, when I personally spoke to Chelsey, her heart was more in helping other women who have been through this. What people need to realise, I study this and I research every single town and city. Our women, non-Muslim women, are being abused, they're being beaten, they're being pimped and they're being raped from one end of our country to the other. That is the reality of what's happening to our women, whilst your council leaders in this city want to say, we want more Syrian refugees. What about the women in this city? The police's job is to serve and protect. Who are they protecting? Who are they serving? That's the reality. The reality is you're not protecting the English women in this country, and today's turnout should be a warning to any politician, any police force watching this. This is a warning to you. The media may slander people as thugs, as hooligans. People have come here for justice. They've chosen to be peaceful. But the reality is, when the system fails you, you will create a monster in this country, because English people have had enough of the abuse of our women. I know that, listening to Chelsea's story, I was contacted by this local police force. And you'll hear the conversation, because I recorded it. Well, I asked him simple questions. When it comes to a rape charge, it's quite hard to get a conviction the majority of the time. I asked him simply, was Chelsey beaten black and blue? Yes. Yes. He said yes. I said, have you ever found her clothes? He said no. So I said, how has no one stood justice for this? At the bare minimum, they violently attacked a lady, a mother of three, one of your women, one of your daughters and one of your sisters from this city has been abused by immigrants welcomed into it. Exactly. I saw a recent case that happened just down this road. An asylum seeker, another person welcomed in. We feed them, we clothe them, we house them. How did he repay in your city? He sexually abused a lady on a night out in an alley 10 yards from where I am. What was the response to what he did? He got a £100 fine.
Disgusting!
A fine!
A fine!
He's still in our country. He's still probably in your city, still probably walking down the road with your mums and your sisters. The government have failed us, our political leaders have failed us. The more of them that keep saying we have room for more refugees, room for more immigrants, what they need to understand, there is a huge difference between the way we think culturally and ethically and the way the people they are importing into our country. The man who's led this campaign, Billy Cholton, I only met him for the first time last week. have an English community abandoned by their political leaders, abandoned by the organisations supposed to represent them, abandoned by everyone. Now, he organised these demonstrations, and right now he is sitting in a police cell. Right now. I've watched for 8 years. I've watched for 8 years. Even just 2 days ago, I was taken from my bed at 4 o'clock in the morning as the police tried to disrupt and minimise a voice that gives a voice to the working class people in this country to oppose what's happening. I want to say again, remember why we're here. And again, we're not here to bash every Muslim, yeah, because we're not, right? There's many great Muslims. What we're here for is because members of their community are taking liberties with members of our community. How many Muslim women are being raped? How many Muslim women are being dragged off the street? I can tell you now, you will not find one single hijab-wearing Muslim woman who has been dragged off the streets and raped in this country, but you will find thousands and thousands of English women. And again, Billy may not be here today. This campaign is only just starting. I want the police to understand that. When we finish this demonstration, we're walking to the police station. We've got... And again, I'll point out that your average police officer standing there, it's not them. This is not them. If they could kick their doors off and arrest them and put them in jail, they would. This is the hierarchy, political policing. So your average police officer from your own district probably wants to come down on them. The same with the Rotherham cases, the Rochdale cases. They probably do, but their hands are tied. On the 3rd of June, after this demonstration, we're going to walk to the police station. We're going to hand them, so far, we have over 50,000 British people. This hasn't even started yet. That's the reality. This hasn't even started yet. We have another girl that we're going to talk to. Another girl, in fact there's another 2, who were abused, raped, no further action. Okay? It's about time, if you're watching this at home, you're sitting at home and you couldn't be bothered to get off your sofa and come here today, it could be your mother, it could be your daughter next. Until the English people of this country stand together and let the politicians know that these men who have invaded our country and abusing our women. We will be back here on the 3rd of June, marching peacefully, demanding justice for one of your daughters from your city, Chelsey Wright. We need justice for her, and this, I think, I can see this evolving into a huge campaign for all the women, all the women. I understand this is a Labour-dominated city. They have sold you out, every one of you. Now, there's a drama coming on TV this week which shows what happened to young girls in the city of Rochdale. 48 young children were groomed, beaten and pimped for almost a decade. When one of the men, who is now convicted in jail, went to court, when he went to court for this, the Labour representative councillor and the ex-mayor went to court and gave him a character reference.
Sick bastard!
They gave him a character reference when he's now convicted of being involved in the raping of 48 young English girls. After that, did he lose his job? Has he? No. Was there any outcry? English people lose their job for saying one word wrong. Yeah. This man gave a character reference for men that have systematically groomed, pimped, raped, and abused our youth, and he's still in employment now in the city of Rochdale for the Labour Party.
Stop! Stop! Stop!
today because I wanted to just record the situation for Rebel Media. So I didn't plan a speech. We'll all be back here on the 3rd of June. I hope you're all going to come back out on the 3rd of June. And if the local police force think by arresting Billy last night you're going to solve something, you have just doubled our numbers for the 3rd of June. And now, politically in this country, we have to have an option. Yeah, we haven't. UKIP are not an option under Paul Nuttall. They're not an option. Okay? He's a coward. He is not willing to stand up to Islam and the problems it brings with it. The next lady I want to introduce you to is a true feminist. A true woman who wants to protect women's rights, who wants to defend them and stand up for them. That lady is Anne-Marie Waters. I only wish at some point we'll have a political option where we can vote for someone who's brave enough to stand up to the problems we face.
Wow. Look at the size of this, seriously. Do you know what this is? Do you know what this is? This is what happens when decent people have one of their own attacked and no one is there for them, nobody cares for them, so they come out and stand up for themselves. That's what this is. For decades, the Labour Party, and I know you're a Labour city, the Labour Party have deliberately imported thousands, hundreds of thousands of new voters for them because they knew that you weren't going to vote for them anymore as soon as they turned their backs on you, and they have. They don't care one bit about you. All over this country, as Tommy said, I have met girls who have been tortured by these men, absolutely tortured. Nothing is done about it. I've met girls who've given names and addresses to the police and nothing is done about it. They don't care. They don't answer to you. Your politicians now answer to the EU and to the UN and to all these international bodies based in London. They don't care about you whatsoever. And I am sick and tired of this. I am sick and tired of people like this amazingly brave woman here. And I want to personally thank her. I haven't managed to meet her yet. But we really need a brave woman like this to stand up. Look at this. This is a woman who is willing to have pictures of her bruises shown just so she can stand up for the thousands of girls that have been raped and battered and abused by Muslims across this country. And they are Muslims, and I'm going to call them so. They have contempt for women. They come here with a contempt for women, and none of your leaders give a damn what they're going to do to your women. None of them care. None of them care. I'm going to try and change this. I'm going to try and change it. Tommy said there's no one to vote for. We'll try and get it back. I am going to take Chelsey's message and your message back to the UK Independence Party, and I'm going to tell them to get a grip and stop pandering to the Guardian.
Justice for Chelsey!
They need to care. They need to care. And if they don't care, and they won't unless you make them, we make this bigger every single time. Chelsey, thank you for letting us. Thank you for letting us do this on your behalf. Because you're doing it on thousands of girls' behalf. This over here is my favourite sign. Chelsey matters. She does matter. You matter. The people here matter, and every single person who has been abused by these scumbags across this country matters. And it's time to tell them, it's time to tell them in London that you matter, and it's time to tell UKIP that you matter. And I will do my best to get UKIP back to a party that cares about you and that will go